Welcome to the Archaeology Studio. Today's episode introduces a new format of the Archaeowalk. You can follow me through my daily routine of a nature walk while I answer questions and offer advice about archaeology. This first installment of the Archaeowalk starts with the basics about how to approach your studies or your professional career development in archaeology.
Whenever people ask me about advice for students or professionals working in archaeology, then I need to begin with a disclaimer that career paths are different for everyone. I can tell you about what I have done, but the circumstances and opportunities are different for everyone. That being said, I recommend to begin with re-examining what made you interested in archaeology in the first place. Fundamentally, archaeology is the search for facts about the past. We can learn what real people did in specific measured times, places, and contexts. Importantly, those contexts include the natural setting and the cultural setting. In whatever site you are studying, the location, time period, environmental setting, and cultural context all are measurable and definable. Some of those aspects may be vague, but you can define what you see in the objective archaeological record and then work from there with different testable hypotheses. The surviving material evidence in the archaeological record may not be as clear as you would like it to be at first, but that is part of the challenge of archaeological research. If you know what parts you want to refine in your research, then you can ask the questions that can be answered through the evidence that you do have. Based on what you know about what real people did in the past in these definable places, times, and contexts, you can start to leverage that information to answer more questions about how people have been successful or unsuccessful when they faced certain kinds of challenges that you can identify in the archaeological record. For example, how did people cope with changing climate or sea level or different kinds of habitats where they lived? How did they cope with changing population densities and dynamics, or different ideas about social order and religion and politics? In this general view of how to approach archaeology, you can develop questions that are interesting for you toward answering questions that could be applied anywhere throughout the world, in any time period, in any environmental setting, or in any cultural context. In this way, you can relate your particular site-specific findings toward these larger global research themes or questions that are important for us today and into the future. I encourage you to think about the questions that are interesting for you. What makes you motivated to learn about the past? What kinds of questions do you feel need to be solved now and into the future? How can archaeology help you toward those goals? In this way, you can bring value to your work. You can contribute new knowledge that other people will find valuable. If you can be comfortable about what makes you motivated and excited about archaeology, then you are well on your way to solving most of the problems that you will face as a student or as a working professional. However, many other issues still need to be addressed. I have addressed a few of those issues in another video about funding in archaeology and others that you can see in this YouTube channel, and I will address more in the next videos.
In concluding this episode, now you should be familiar with my approach with archaeology, and you can consider what approach will work best for you. If you liked this video, then please subscribe to this channel to see more of this series and other episodes. All of the content is archived online, and you can see new videos every month with the Archaeology Studio.